I think this is going to be short. Did my microphone wasn't on? All right, let's try it again. Election night 2025. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome. My microphone turned off. Sorry about that. But hopefully this is not a long night. Well, actually, I think for New Jersey it's going to be a long night. But I have one of my favorite guests, and he's a Jersey guy with me because I think New Jersey is going to be the fly in the ointment. New Jersey is going to be the stone in the shoe again because we already know Virginia. They're saying, it's already over. But let's see how he feels about this. Look who's here, David Gelman. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm
How are
great. I'm
you?
great. Hello, hello.
Good,
I'm
good.
watching Fox News right now. Watching, looking at the results and whatnot. And obviously, it's very close. They can't call anything, unlike Virginia, which that's not a shock.
It makes me sad because Abigail Spanberger is not a very good candidate, obviously, and I think Mikey Sherrill, Zoran Momdani, the whole crew, they're all they're much in the line of like AOC, Barack Obama. They're charismatic, they got great smiles, they're not offensive looking, but they're not too pretty. And they're moldable and they will play the part you want them to play. And so the machine puts these people in these spots. Abigail Spanberger grew up in New Jersey, but they're running her in Virginia.
Mhm.
Mikey Sherrill grew up in Virginia, but they're running her in New Jersey. So to them, it's all just interchangeable parts, and the formula works for them. You got to hand it to them. The formula works. They're empty suits. They promise a lot of stuff and have no way to deliver it, but the useful idiots just don't care.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right there. And frankly, you pretty much nailed that one. I mean, they're moldable. They're like clay. You just tell them what to
Yep.
do. The higher ups in the Democratic Party, they're like, all right, you know what? We like you. You're a woman. Oh, you were in the military. All right. Oh, you have some connection to Jersey. Come on, we're gonna make you governor. We're gonna have you run for governor, and you're gonna do exactly what we say. So
Yeah, yeah.
I think you pretty much spot on these individuals.
Well, thank you. Now we can go home. So I wanted to pull up, why did this not pull up Twitter? I have a lot of things that a lot of moving parts here and my new background, and EB did a
Mhm.
new intro for us and it was in the wrong format. So I had to reformat it. But anyway, here we are. And I also just wanted to say, you can get a hold of David. David is an attorney, you're a defense attorney and a prosecutor, right? You're both,
I,
so
I,
both
I,
sides.
well, I was a prosecutor. I'm a defense attorney now, but we're a full service firm. But I handle most of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And you can find him on X at David Gelman ESQ. That's where he is. I don't know if this is the IT department. Uh-oh, somebody just texted me and said this is a kick in the nuts, and he's my neighbor. So I don't know if things are not going for well for Jack in New Jersey. But speaking of
Mhm.
that, I wanted to talk to you, and I just want to let's see people who are here. I tried to let everybody know we were going late tonight. I put it out several times. So
Yep.
everybody's saying hello to Yo Gelman from Yitzhak. Winsome disparaged Trump in 22. That's why she blew the endorsement. This is true. John over on Rumble, thank you so much. Yitzhak says, Gelman, get paid some defense bucks. Nice coin.
I like that.
Yeah, there you go. Also, just very quickly, Thursday, I will be on Breitbart News Daily in the morning, 6 to 9 a.m. I'm hosting for Mike Slater on Sirius XM Patriot Channel 125. And then on Friday, I will be on Newsmax TV on Carl Higbee Show. So probably about 6:25, somewhere in the bottom part of that hour, but that changes all the time. So sometime on the Carl Higbee Show between 6 and 7 o'clock Eastern time. So there we go. So did you hear about this? Let's see, who is this? Michael Casey. He is with James O'Keefe. He's a correspondent for O'Keefe Media, New Jersey State Director for Early Vote Action in New Jersey, Republican committeeman. He tweeted out 4 hours ago, I just received a report from a voter in Montclair, New Jersey, which is a huge liberal Democrat stronghold,
Yep.
all the limousine liberals and the fancy ones who moved out of New York, who gave a voter a ballot pre-filled in for Mikey Sherrill in Penn. Are poll workers giving out ballots that are pre-filled in for Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey? I don't know if you heard
They,
about
they
that.
better they better not be. I mean, and look, we have challengers all over Jersey. The RNLA which I'm a part of, the Republican National Lawyer Association, we've been on this, from the beginning, and it's been about a month and a half. They've had multiple trainings so far and everything like that. Every polling station in the whole state, everybody, the RNLA has people there. So if this did happen, which hey, I don't know if it did or didn't, but if it did, I can guarantee you it was challenged and it would have been fought and we would have won, obviously.
Now, Eric Doherty, he's all over X. I'm sure you follow him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he says the Republican National Committee has stepped in to block the counting of illegal ballots in Bergen County, which is up in North Jersey. These are all very red counties, right on the outskirts of New York. For those who don't want to live in the crap they voted for, but they want to be close enough to be able to go back and make the big bucks. So that's what's happening. He said, quote, Democrats are trying at the last minute to get officials to count roughly 300 illegal ballots in Bergen County. We're fighting to make sure only lawful votes are counted, no cheating. And this comes from RNC. RNC provides research support for New Jersey lawsuit to the Republican National Committee Chair Joe Gruters released the following statement after the New Jersey Republican Party intervened in a lawsuit to defend the state's mail-in ballot security laws. So this is your jam here.
Yeah.
Democrats are once again trying to change election rules at the last minute to count ineligible ballots. New Jersey law is clear. Unsealed or tampered ballots can't be counted. That's why the RNC is supporting the NJGOP's efforts to make sure only lawful votes are counted. So the shenanigans have been afoot, and they're always going to be afoot.
I mean, we're Jersey, we're known for diners, mafia, and just election interference by the Democrats. Those three things, I think, it's pretty much what we're known for.
Why does it take the Republican Party in New Jersey so long to catch on? Like, why are they surprised by this every single election day? Why? Why is this a surprise?
Yeah, they're not. Look, I really am truly believe that the RNLA, which is I like to think of it as the legal arm of the RNC, really started early this year, and they had training. I get emails daily. Hey, we have to have a training on this. We have to have a training on this. If you are going to be working in the polls or doing anything like that, you have to go to these trainings. I really think they were on top of it, and a lot of this is just reactionary. You can't. There's only so much you can prevent on election day. So a lot of this is just all reactionary, and a lot of times the whole answer is very simple: provisional ballot. Here, we don't know if this is accurate. Here, do a provisional ballot, and then we'll figure it out later. So I think that's probably what happened is happening in Bergen.
My neighbor, I was never a big fan of voting early. Like, I was like, I'm going on election day and I'm voting. But my husband, and we have a little tiny town here where there's voting districts 1 and 2, both in the church gym, the left side of the room or the right. And everybody's like, hey, everybody knows everybody. So they tell you which side to come on to. You don't have to produce ID because they know who you are, and you're not allowed to ask anyway. But
Right.
in the last couple of times he's gone, the voting booths have been down. They haven't been ready at 6 o'clock in the morning. And a lot of that is because, let's face it, the bulk of volunteers at polling booths are seniors. And when I say seniors, I'm not talking like people who just hit 65. I'm talking people who are 85. And God bless them for doing it. I'm glad that they do, because the 65-year-olds are still working. But right?
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong.
They don't know how to hook these machines up to the county the county computers and all this other stuff. They don't know how to do it. So it's a disaster. So we decided, we did it for Trump. We did it in 2020. I think the first time we did it was 2024, this election, for the presidential election. We went and we voted early. And now I'm a big proponent of voting early because of all the things that are happening. How many bomb scares were called in to New Jersey voting precincts? At least 8, 9.
Was it that many? I saw that. Yeah. I saw there was like 5 or 6, but I believe it. I believe it. And all of them were like I saw Cumberland had a couple, and then North Jersey had a bunch.
Yeah, and Deal in Ocean County had one too. And they got 2 kids in Middlesex County. 2 juveniles were arrested in Middlesex County for phoning in bomb threats.
Really?
So
I didn't know that.
Nobody knows if they're responsible for the email threats. Like, nobody knows that, but they were. Let me see my light better. Yeah, but nobody knows. But they were responsible for the some of the phone-in threats. But who knows, right? And listen to this: voting machines went down in 3 districts early today, according to Early Vote Action Scott Pressler. But just before 8 a.m., he reported that 3 red districts in Cumberland County saw their machines go down. He's on the phone with legal right now. Plus, he was putting out fires in Pennsylvania, where there's a whole lot of shenanigans going on in PA. And that's Sue, who's with us, and Mangle, who's with us, are out in Pennsylvania.
I'll tell you what. Quick story. When I was last year, I had to do work for the GOP, for the Trump campaign, and I was in PA. They put me in PA because I'm licensed there as well. I remember I went all over the state on election day, just putting out fires, and the craziest things you will see, I saw, and you would never believe it. I'm thinking, like, I thought Jersey was bad. PA, I think they make us look good.
Well, you know, when I was working at New Jersey 101.5 way back in the day, my first time around there, because I've been fired from there twice. But the first time I got fired, first time before I got fired, the first time, there was a guy who worked there, and he worked on the AM station down the hall. And he was a true blued Philly guy. And he used to talk about all the time how he couldn't work at the radio station because he has to work the streets in Philly because they give him walking around money. And he would pay these bums, his word, the homeless people, and they put him in a van and they bring them down there and they give them each like a sandwich and $5 to go vote, and they tell them who to vote for.
I believe it. I totally believe it.
And I said to Michael, isn't that illegal? Like, that sounds illegal to me. He goes, it happens all the time in Philly. Nobody cares. I'm like,
it's still illegal.
exactly.
You know, they probably still do it. For all I know.
Yeah, they probably do still do it because they're saying that it's 10 races. There's 10 races to watch tonight. Let's see. Mangle says, when I take mom to vote, if the line is long, I give her the walker. I give her the walker, hold her purse, and get ushered in right away. Sorry, not sorry.
Smart.
Same in DA. No Republican money spent, so no one to challenge Larry Krasner. Yeah. Well, they don't spend the money.
It's terrible in Philly. Terrible. I won't go there. I live right outside. I won't go.
Yeah. Sue says, I would like to have seen more Republican choices for the mayoral race and other open seats. Well, wouldn't we all? Let's see. All right. New Jersey governor results as of right now, according to NBC, Mikey Sherrill has the lead 59.8% to Chitterelli's 39.7%. I find this so hard to believe.
Yeah. Well, it says 30% are in. I'm looking at.
Oh, that's all. It's only 30%.
Yeah,
so
30%.
Right now, she's leading in Cumberland, South Jersey. She's leading in Cumberland, Atlantic, Gloucester, Camden, Burlington. Well, Camden, I expect.
Yeah, Camden.
Burlington's. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Camden. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, they as of right now, they flipped back counties that Trump had flipped red.
Yeah, but remember, there was a lot of early voting and a lot of mail-in for her. She was ahead like 300,000. They said before today. So, you know, if turnout was good today, we have a very, very good chance. If turnout was bad, game over.
Forget it. Well, and then you know what? Republicans have no one to blame but themselves because they don't get out and vote.
Yeah,
you know. It's like New York. It's like New York. You know, New York City. What is it? I think they said it's record numbers, but I think the average of percentage of people who actually vote in the 5 boroughs is like 13%.
Yeah, so it's really, really low, really low.
Right. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I'm looking at you. Do you see any numbers that I don't see?
No, not yet. I'm seeing the same thing you're looking at, really.
Well, right now in Virginia, for the Attorney General, Jones, for whatever reason, is beating Miyares.
That makes no sense.
51% to 49%. That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll change?
You know, Virginia is so messed up. It should. It's so close. And if it's going to be, you know, depending on how many votes, obviously. They're going to they could have a recount, or they're definitely going to challenge it. But how is that guy Jones even in this? Like, how does he even have a percentage vote? If you think about it, if anybody just read one little thing that he has done, that he said to about his opponent, if a Republican did it, oh my God,
Yep.
they would have been massacred. They would have been forced to get resign and have somebody else take their place. So
But
it is
But
insane.
that's because Republicans do resign. Look what they did to George Santos, right?
Hmm.
But this
Yeah.
guy, they got somebody running up in Massachusetts with a Nazi tattoo. But they always say, "Oh, but like me, like Mom Donnie, that was 5 years ago. It's no big deal." Trump's accused of something from 25 years ago, and he should be impeached. And so they do the double standard because they get away with it. This time around, though, Trump is just handing them back the same thing, right? And
Yeah.
Republicans need to learn how to do that. Republicans need how to learn how to do that more and more. Go, but it was 5 years ago. I'm a different person. And what was it with Jones? But he apologized.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
no.
well,
Of course.
okay. Well, then that's fine. Do you remember the rodeo clown that lost his career and had his life ruined because he was Barack Obama as a rodeo clown?
I
Remember
I do.
remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yep. About 10 years ago or
But
so.
this
Probably. Yeah.
guy, he's apologized. It's okay. But the
Well,
rodeo clown had his life ruined.
what I should do is for my clients my criminal defense clients, I should just tell them to apologize. It'll be fine,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, just apologize. You'll be fine. It's
Yeah,
rules for
there was
thee, not for me.
but Republicans allow it to happen, and
Mhm.
that's the problem. That's a big
Well,
problem.
Trump says it a lot, and he is right. Republicans need to stand up and get a backbone and fight. And like he's saying the filibuster. Where he's saying, hey, use the filibuster and end this government shutdown. But Thune doesn't. They don't want to do it. And if the Democrats were in power, they would do the filibuster in a second.
See, I know it's off the election. I have very mixed emotions about this because I do think ending the filibuster is going to come back and bite you in the butt 100% down the road, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I also believe that it'll be the first thing that the Democrats do when they get back in power.
Hmm.
So do you just beat them to the punch? Because they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to get rid
Oh,
of the filibuster because they will do anything for power. And there's a big part of me that hates that Republicans are such pussies when it comes to stuff, right? Like,
yeah.
oh, but I don't like this getting rid of all of the brakes and the stopgap measures and all of the guardrails on our government. I don't like getting rid of those. But when you know your opponent is going to get rid of it, do you beat them to the punch?
I think you have to. I agree with you. I wouldn't like the filibuster to go away. Obviously, I think you have to have certain checks in the government. But just like you said, the Democrats said they would do this. All right, last go around, they would have done it if they had the majority.
Right.
If they would have said it, they said it. We'll do it automatically. So I think you got to bite the bullet, do it, and then just take it and run.
Yeah. I don't like it, but I think you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Either way, it's going to be used against the Republicans eventually because Democrats cheat. I'm sorry, but Democrats cheat. They
Mhm.
do. And Republicans don't do anything about it. And, I'm not saying that Republicans should cheat, but part of me feels like, well, if they're going to continue to do it year after year after election cycle after election cycle after election cycle, maybe sometimes the only way to beat them is to join them. I mean, because
Uh,
I don't know how many people think that we have fair elections now and secure elections. I don't think we
I don't.
do.
Oh, we don't.
No.
If you think it, you're living in a different planet.
Or as there Southerners like to say, bless your heart.
Bless your
Um,
heart.
Yitzhak says the Jefferson rule goes back to Roman times. Leave it be, let the shutdown go on, use tariff money to fund SNAP and EBT. Here's the thing about the shutdown. I know we're way off topic, but here's the thing about the shutdown. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think everybody's missing what this is really about. I originally thought that Chucky Schmucky Schumer let the left back him into corner, and that's what we're saying. Oh, there's no leadership.
Mhm.
They're going to ride this puppy till when they have to pass. Well, the budget has to be passed, I think, November 30th. But the absolute,
They're gonna have to.
I thought it was December 30th, but somebody else said it was actually early. It has to be September because they don't have, excuse me, November
November.
because they don't have the continuing resolution. But regardless, they're going to wait till the nth minute, like 2 days out. They're going to pass that, and then the continuing resolution. And in 2 days, Congress is going to have to put together and pass a budget. And it is going to be 5,000 pages long. And they're going to cram all the crap in there that they want to cram in there because they know it's going to have to be passed. So they don't care. They will sacrifice the American people. They don't care about your SNAP or your EBT or anything else. Because if you think about this, this is brilliant what they're doing, and nobody's seeing it and nobody's realizing what's happening. If they ride this out till that point, Republicans get screwed, and so do the American people, because they will cram in so much crap. You're going to be paying for haircuts for illegal immigrants. You're going to be paying for everything, and they're going to put it in there. And oh, sorry, I hit my microphone. I was talking like an Italian, and or like I'm from Jersey,
Yeah.
And no one's going to know. No one's going to know what's in it. As Nancy Pelosi said, we have to pass it to see what's in it, and the Republicans are going to get rolled because they get rolled every single freaking time.
Yeah, I think you know what? I didn't think about that until right now.
See?
Yeah, you know what? We're playing checkers, you're playing chess.
Thank you. You know what it is? I'm just way more cynical than everybody else.
Experience.
Oh, Ron says Newsmax called the race for Cheryl a few minutes ago.
Oh, hold on. Well, they're projecting Jay Jones.
I got to tell you, I didn't think he was going to pull it off. I really thought Mieres was going to win. I really, really did.
I did too. I'm looking they're saying a little over 100,000 votes.
Okay.
I'm looking for New Jersey. I don't see it yet, though.
New Jersey, Yitzhak says New Jersey is 2-1 for Mikey.
It's early.
It is early. It's really early. Because I got to tell you, this.
They projected him. Or projected her on Newsmax.
Screw you, Newsmax. I hope they're wrong. Don't tell them I said that. I'm on there Friday.
I want to text Finnerty right now. Like, what are you doing?
Text him right now and go, WTF, dude.
Yeah. He's interviewing somebody. I want to text him though. I'll say, what are you doing, man?
Sue says she's going to bed. She can't stand it. Now, in the meantime, can I just say, in Chester County, Pennsylvania, voting there has been extended to 10 p.m. because poll books that were delivered to precincts didn't include the names of unaffiliated, independent, and third-party voters, only Democrats and Republicans. So all these people who go to vote who are independent or third-party or unaffiliated, and they can't vote because their names aren't in the poll books. I read somewhere it was like 70,000 people, if not more, in Chester County.
Damn.
75,076 third-party voters have to come back and try to vote again.
That's just crazy.
But it's always a mistake. It's always a mistake. And it's always just an innocent mistake. Oopsie, my bad. You have one job. You only have to do that job like once a year. How hard is this? But they always seem to screw it up. Nobody loses their job. Everybody goes, oh, gee, I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. And their guy wins every single time.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And look, you know how many trainings they have? They have so many trainings.
Prop 50 will go through because I saw a video on X of these young ladies, young white communists who were gathering up. They had Chinese immigrants who can't speak English, and they were giving them the papers, telling them, hand this in, the ballots to hand them in, and leading them to the polls.
Oh, that's insane too. I believe it. It's
Mangle says, Suze said, I will pray for a different result in the morning. Yes. Good night, Suze. Manglemush says, dream it, Suze. They will be elected. Yes. In Minneapolis, you got this, that Omar Fatah. Have you seen that guy?
Oh, he looks like the guy on from the Tom Hanks movie.
No, Beetlejuice. He looks like the guy in Beetlejuice. You know the guy in the room where they get sent to for their caseworker, remember? And they're sitting on the couch. And there's the guy with the shrunken head, and he's got the really, really big eyes.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like, the really skinny face and the huge eyes. That's him.
The pirate. He looks like the pirate in that Tom Hanks movie. That's what it was. Captain something. Captain.
Watching your back says Captain Phillips.
Captain Phillips. Thank you.
All right. Yes. Jersey dudes here. Hey. Glad you joined us. I voted in Atlantic County, did not ask for ID, only by the voter registration and verbal address and name confirmation. Yeah, well,
Yep.
welcome to Jersey.
That's
You know
yeah.
what you do? You take your sample ballot and they can scan the barcode. And then they just asked me for my birth date.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, but why would you ask for ID? You only need an ID to get a to get on an airplane, to buy liquor, to pretty much go to any event now. But you don't need it
Yeah.
to
Get
vote.
a hotel room. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's so moronic.
Don't worry. Once they take over and they've got their communist paradise, they'll want ID for everything because you'll have a social credit score and they'll want to know where you stand.
That's right. Yep, yep. They want to know what you're
That's
spending it
exactly.
on. What candy you buy.
Yep. You know what though? I'm at that stage of life where I'm starting to game it out and I'm like, it's a really good chance I'll be dead by then. So you're younger than me. You're screwed.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll play the game all night long. I'm like Lionel Richie.
So Scott says, I love the sweatshirt you have on. So here's the back of it. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see the back of it?
Oh yeah.
See it?
Mhm.
I don't know. I got it from this company. Who made this? This it's on this sleeve. 9-line apparel. It's a veteran run thing, and I like the sweatshirt. Oh, now I made a mess. What do you think? Jersey dude says, Mary, there was a city up north around 6:30 this morning that stopped counting votes because they said the machine stopped working. Yeah, I've seen it
Yeah.
all over. I've seen it all over the country. Star Driver says, I have to have a real ID CDL to enter U.S. port while New York and California are handing them out to illegals.
How the hell did they get their appointment so quick?
Yeah, because someone else is taking the test for them.
Yeah.
Jones at 51%, Miaris at 49%.
Crazy.
Let me see. 51-48. So let me just refresh this NBC thing. 51-48.6. That's Virginia. Let me go to Virginia races. How do I get to New Jersey governor race? 58.9 to 40.6. I'm having a hard time believing this. Am I missing something? Because we all know the Democrat.
So now I'm seeing 57.6 to 41.9, 38% in.
Okay, I've got. I'm glad we're looking at different things. I got 31.5% in.
Okay.
I'm looking at NBC because I figured you were looking at Newsmax or something. So I'm looking at
Yeah,
something different.
I'm going back and forth between Fox and Newsmax. And Newsmax gave it to Cheryl already, but I think it's too early to do that.
I agree. With 31%.
Yeah.
Well, Fox was calling Spanberger with like 41% in.
Yeah.
Let's see. New York City, I've got no results at all.
No. Well, the polls haven't closed yet.
Oh, that's right. Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
Did you know this about the New York City ballots? I thought this was crazy. So because Zohran Mamdani was the candidate for two different parties, the Democrats and like the Socialist Workers Parties, his name was on the top row twice.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Somebody sent me a ballot of it today. You couldn't even find Cuomo.
He was down in the bottom right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, New York honestly deserves what they get. I hate to say it.
Because they're going to move here. I got news for you. You may think you're safe in South Jersey. I got news for you. They found the entire state during COVID. And they're like, Jersey's beautiful. We should live here the year round. And look at this. And we could vote blue and make it so much better than it is now.
Oh, God. I hope you're wrong. I really hope you're wrong.
Because they're going to move here.
Oh. Well, you don't want to have.
What?
No, I was going to say they don't want to have free grocery stores and buses and all.
I said that to someone who was saying, like, oh, I just voted. I wish I lived in New York so I could vote for Zohran Mamdani. I said, well, why don't you should? I would assume you're going to move there because everything's going to be free. It's going to be such a better standard of living. It's going to be so much less expensive because everything's going to be free. She didn't like that. Like, why won't you move there?
Yeah.
Hermit Sal says China has a social credit score. Yes, it does. Even if you say the wrong thing in your email and cell phone, it will be held against your score. It's kind of like England. Jersey dude says, please, Lord, do not let Vanilla Harris win this. I thought for sure Jack was in. I thought for sure. I'm shocked right now.
I mean, like I keep saying it's early, but it's not looking fantastic.
Star Driver says, has anyone checked the Kinkos to see how many white vans are backed up waiting to be loaded? Yitzhak, New York City candidate ballot positions shock. Herman Sal, New York ballots are suspicious, especially with today's election. Star, New Jersey and every state needs to put a New York tax in place. If you move out of New York, you have to pay a $10,000 per tax per person to move in.
Not a terrible idea. Not a terrible idea.
Well, you know, New Jersey has that tax. New Jersey has a pretty sharp exit tax.
We have a tax for everything.
But you know what Murphy just put in, if your home is worth, if you sell your home for more than $1 million, which is pretty much the bulk of the homes in New Jersey, right? Like I'd say at least 50% of the homes in New Jersey are over $1 million.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Right.
In Northern Jersey, especially.
And you pay, I think it's 1% more in tax on the sale price. In addition to the sales tax and all this other stuff, you got to pay another fee. And there's a transaction fee. You got to pay another fee now on top of that to the state. And if it's a more than 3 million, it's 3% more.
Correct. Yeah. And at the 2 million, 2%, I think 2.5 million, 2.5, and 3 million and so on, not including your 1% transfer tax.
Right, not include the 1% transfer tax.
So
exactly.
Fox is saying New Jersey governor race still too early to call.
Well, that's good. Ron says that Sliwa is also on the ballot twice in New York. I had heard that as well. That Sliwa's on the ballot twice. I guess he's running under more than one party. I don't know. Star Driver says, at the truck stop, I had a free drink coupon and I still had to pay tax on it in New Jersey.
You gotta love it.
Jersey dude says, not mine, but I live near Brigantine and Avalon, and those are all multi-million-dollar. Yep, absolutely.
Yep, not a terrible area.
Yeah, absolutely. Because of New York vomiting into New Jersey, first when Dinkins was mayor, remember, they all came in when Dinkins was mayor. Okay. Then when they came in during COVID, because COVID, there's somebody in town here who my friend was canvassing for votes, and she answered the door, and the two of them were together, and they're like, she had purple hair. We knew what we were up against. And but you never see here, like you never see that here. And I'm in true blue, I'm in true red Monmouth County. And they were talking to her, and they're like, well, she goes, and she just said, well, we just moved here. We're new because we just moved here because we're during COVID. And we're like, you and everybody else from Brooklyn. Yeah. And I bought like a beautiful multi-million-dollar home, beautiful home. And because I, at least, well, let's see if it's not, it's darn close. And they were talking to her. She said, well, what about boys and girls sports? How do you feel about it? She goes, that doesn't happen. That's just anecdotal. That's really rare. And her son was home, and he goes, Mom, that happens all the time.
Oh, that had to sting.
And she looked at her, she goes, no, it doesn't. He goes, yeah, it does. And he goes, don't you remember when so-and-so was running that race? They lost to a dude. That was a dude on that team. That wasn't a girl.
God, I love it.
She's like, well, I don't think so. I'm still voting for Mikey. Of course you are, because you're a New Yorker who moves to New Jersey, who brings your crap ideology with you. Jersey, now know how we have a death tax. I would not be surprised if you saw a birth tax next. Sal, New Jersey has a move away tax that sounds like ransom. This is why I advocate living in a cave. Yitzhak says Curtis has 2 lines with the Animal Welfare Party. So I guess you have to get nominated by as many parties as you can, and then you get in there. All right, so here's New York. Let's see, 36% in, Mamdani with 51.5%, Cuomo with 39.7%, Sliwa with 8%.
Oof. Sliwa, I mean,
so if Sliwa had dropped out, and he told his people to vote for Cuomo, he'd be leading right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, from what and again, I don't know much about New York politics at all, but when I go up to the city and I go in the studios and I'll talk to the people, they're all saying the same thing about Sliwa. He was a horrible candidate. He was put in by the Republican machine up there, and he's a nice guy, but no business doing
No, he's
this.
not a nice guy.
No, okay. I've never met him, so I don't know anything.
He's not a nice guy. He's got a
No.
big ass ego.
Well, that you could tell because he wouldn't be in this if he didn't.
Okay, oh, here's the map. Wow, right now I've got the IT department is also monitoring election results for me. Say hi.
Hello.
And he has a map of, boy, if you look at it right now, the bulk of New Jersey is blue. I don't know how that happened. There's
Oh, shoot.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counties that are red. How did that happen?
Really?
How Atlantic County blue. The only red counties right now are Salem, Cape May, Ocean, Monmouth, Warren, and Morris. Like not even Sussex is red. Not even Hunterdon or Somerset's not in, and neither is Middlesex.
Wow. Damn.
I don't understand this. Shore Essentials. Hey, New Jersey dude, I'm in Brigantine, not in $1 million house, but houses like mine are doomed to be knocked down eventually from McMansions. Yep, same here. All right, right now, we've got more data in. Mikey Sherrill with 43% reporting. Mikey Sherrill 46.3 to Jack Chittarelli's 43.2.
No, 50.
Excuse me, 56.3 to 43. So
Yeah.
he closed it by 3%, but still not good.
Yeah,
I don't understand how there's only
there's
5
about
red counties right now.
About 200,000 votes she's ahead by.
Yeah. Let's see.
I don't get it.
Yeah, she's ahead. She's ahead by a little bit less than 200,000 votes. Which county is this?
No,
Oh, this is Cape May.
This is not. This is
for Cape May County right here, right? Yeah.
But that's not the president.
Right. No, it's not.
The governor.
No, this is Assembly, General Assembly. I blame New Yorkers. I do, and I always will. Let's see. New Jersey, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red counties, 5 counties for Jack.
That's insane.
Bergen, Camden, Atlantic. They got Atlantic City.
Oh. Yeah, but I don't think
Trump
he
flipped
voted that
Atlantic
much.
City, though. Trump flipped Atlantic City.
All those 3 counties he flipped.
Okay, these counties?
No, we'll go back to that.
Atlantic, Cumberland, and Salem. Trump flipped, and right now the only one that's still red is Salem. And Passaic he flipped too, but Passaic had problems. Remember, Passaic had problems, and they sent the DOJ in because Passaic had the absentee ballots that were in a room where no one had to log in or log out, and they didn't have like a lock on the door.
Yep.
So
I remember that.
That happened there. The Democrats pulled shenanigans there because the Hispanic population is being pushed out by the Muslim population, and the Hispanic population flipped and voted for Trump and turned Passaic red, and they were not going to let that happen again. Okay, so I got a text that says, Scott says, Somerset and Middlesex are blue all the way. Somerset was like a soft blue. I remember when Somerset was red. The only missing one now, Middlesex now blue.
Middlesex is blue now?
Middlesex is now blue. She's up to 57.6%. I think that they've like gone overboard with this race, with this. Like, I don't believe any of this. Do you believe this?
I don't know what to believe anymore. Honestly, I really don't. I don't. I think it's still too early. I really do.
When it was hovering before it was coming up.
I don't know what you
did.
No, I did nothing, honey. The IT department came downstairs and screwed up my computer. Hold on, let's do this. Let's reboot it. There you go. Let's see. We're in New York. Still the same in New York.
Oh well, Newsmax actually just gave it to Mondami.
What the hell is up with Newsmax?
I don't know how they're doing it so quick.
Jones is only up 2 points over Mayaris right now. for Attorney General.
How 2 points is still ridiculous.
It is 100%. Yeah. Jay Jones, 50.9 to 48.7.
It's 100,000 votes.
Did you touch that or did he do that? So my husband just touched the screen and the screen changed, but it was the guy we're watching on YouTube. He flipped to the thing. And I'm like, did you just do that? I find this ridiculously hard to believe. Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Queens all voted for Mamdani.
57.5 to 41.9. Cheryl now 52% in. The only logical thing I can think of is nobody showed up. If this is
I find
continuing.
that there were lines here. I don't know where you voted. We voted, like I said, we voted early, and it was just a steady stream. And they said that earlier in the day, it was the first day of voting, and they said earlier in the day there had been a line. I mean, and I've seen pictures of lines from all over the state.
So I'm in Burlington County, and where I was, there was not a line at all. I was in and out in 3 minutes. Now I asked them, like, how was it this morning? And they said first thing in the morning was busy because people thought that it would have been crowded. So there was a lot of people there in the morning, but I got there a little after work, and it was boom.
There's another county that just turned red, right?
No.
Yeah, there were 5 before, and now there's 6.
Oh, it reported. Morris had reported. They were gray.
Okay. No, these 2 were gray. Gray. Middlesex and Somerset. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now there's 7 gray counties. I mean, red counties.
Oh, that's right. Sussex flipped.
Sussex flipped from blue to red.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So that flipped, and so did. Hold on, give me 1 second. And so did Warren, and so did Morris was 2, 3, 4, 5. So Warren and Sussex flipped blue to red. But Mikey Sherrill's still kicking his ass. I find this hard to believe. All right, let's see where we are here in the comments. New Jersey Star Driver, New Jersey needs to change its motto from the Garden State to bend over, here it comes. That's okay. We're not the Garden State anymore because Democrats love high density housing for lots of New Yorkers to live in. So
yeah, go get your produce somewhere else.
Mango says, I'm politicked out. I want my angry music. So in the words of Moro, good might and good luck. All right. Goodbye, Mango. I figured we'd be losing people. Yitzhak, I was born in Brooklyn. My mom was from Canarsie. Dad from about 20 different homes, and they were poor. Well, they would have loved Mondami then. Oh, because his parents were liberals. His parents were crazy liberals, Yitzhaks.
Oh.
Jersey Shores. Okay. Yeah, he's the one who has flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hermit Sal says, I expect a fart tax soon. No, because that would hit Democrats more than anybody else because they're full of it.
They're full of yeah.
Watching your back, Northern Fairfax always ruins it for Virginia.
Yeah. Northern Virginia.
RDF posse. It's another suburban tsunami against Virginia Republicans. That's right. Yeah. Star Driver says, hello, IT guy.
Hello.
He says, hello. You don't have to sit down here. He also says, Sliwa has serious and deep character flaws. I've heard him on the radio. You guys know my story. I told it. Ocean is huge Republican. Atlantic is purple, leaning Democrat. Well, right now, Atlantic is blue on the map. So there you go. Yitzhak, we're so doomed. Well, lots of nice price drops in Florida properties. Yeah. Florida, the property value has dropped because nobody can get insurance.
Yeah, so. I get these Zillow things every morning for Key West.
Not
Key West? Not like I'm moving there or anything, but I just like to get it.
You know, it's too hot. Who the hell? It's just
not in the winter. I'll go there I go there for a couple weeks in the winter. My parents get a house there for the whole winter, so whenever I can get away, I go.
But you need a tax shelter. You need a place to make your primary residence so that you can stop paying the insane taxes in New Jersey.
I know. That's a whole issue. That and also all my business is here, so I gotta stay here for a little while longer.
Yeah, well, you're a lawyer, so you're not going to have to work as hard as like the doctors or other people. You'll be out much sooner. So I said to my husband became a doctor. His roommate became a lawyer. So his roommate was out making money, right, but my husband was still in medical school,
Yeah.
and going through residency and this and that. And he's got to take a test every so many years, but the lawyers never have to take a renewal test. But the doctors have to take a recertification test, even though everything's on the computers now. They still have to do it from memory. And I go, that's because lawyers run the doctor business. That's why.
It is true. It is true.
He
If
should have been
we had to take a
lawyer.
test every year or two, we'd be so screwed. By the way,
You just make everybody else do it. Patrick says those look like some nice ear pods that David is wearing. That's because he's a lawyer. He can afford the good stuff.
Apple baby, Apple.
Ian Suck says the GOP in New York City threw Curtis under the bus. Ed Cox, ABC, the billionaires did not want Curtis. Cuomo was the spoiler. Maybe so. But at some point in the game, you got to understand that Cuomo's not the best candidate. I don't like what he did at all. I don't think he's the best candidate at all. But sometimes you got to go with the guy who's electable versus, it's the whole lesser of two evils. Sometimes you hold your nose and you pull the lever for the guy you're not 100% behind, but he's better than the other guy. And this is what Republicans don't understand. Democrats understand that power is important and power is valuable. And Curtis Sliwa would rather walk away crying with no bread under his arm than take half a loaf.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's going to happen now. And Curtis Lee, you watch. If Cuomo loses, if you had combined Cuomo and Sliwa's vote counts and Cuomo would have won, Sliwa's going to be a pariah in New York City among conservatives. I'm telling you right now, as he should be.
I think he's going to be regardless. I mean, I really don't think anybody will go near him after what
He's going to move. He'll go to Florida like everybody else. Did you know that Bon Jovi? Did I tell you Bon Jovi's moving to Florida?
Really?
Hilarious. He's supposedly already got a place in Florida, already moving. His mansion on the Navasink is up for $39.9 million. And where is he going? The guy who was in the No Kings March, the rally, the guy who has all the fundraisers for Murphy and all the other moving to freaking Florida, you effing hypocrite.
Yep. I don't listen to Bon Jovi anymore. I liked them too. I will not listen to their music.
Oh, I did that with Springsteen.
Yeah. Oh,
I was a huge fan.
You couldn't pay me.
Hermit Sal says Curtis's hatred for Cuomo and his ego would not let him drop out. On Sid's show, Curtis said he will never return to ABC radio because most of the staff wanted him to drop out of the race. Well, there you go. Scott says a good buddy of mine left Jersey, moved to Florida after retiring from the police department, moved to the west coast of Florida. Florida's booming. Don't believe the nonsense. But I do know, I mean, the numbers, the real estate prices don't lie. There's a lot on the market in Florida, a lot. And it's not selling. It's not selling anywhere, but Florida has a glut of properties on the market down in Florida. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we're down to 6 counties. Morris County flipped back blue. She's got over 1 million votes. He has just a little over 800,000.
56-43 at 58% in. Turnout had to suck.
I don't understand. I don't know. Hermit Sal, can those stats you're looking at be purposely misleading? Maybe.
I mean,
anything's possible.
Why would they though? At this point, like before, if they put this out a couple days ago, obviously, because then people will say, oh, well, they have it in the bag or they're going to lose. I don't have to go. What the hell? But now.
Right. Star Driver says, buy stock in U-Haul and Penske for everyone moving out of New York, New Jersey, and Virginia. It actually costs you more to rent a U-Haul out of New York, New Jersey, Illinois, and some of the other states, and less because they wind up with so many of them that are going one way. So they wind up with a lot in Texas and Pennsylvania and the Carolinas and all those states that they wind up with all these extra trucks there. So it costs less. No.
I remember that during COVID. That was like a big thing when people were moving to Texas, Florida, Carolinas, whatever, they cost a ton more.
Yeah. Squeaky says, at this point, I really want to log off everything, get drunk, and pass out. Yeah.
Not a terrible idea.
You know what, though? This is better than last time, because last time we all went to bed thinking that Chitterelli had won.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the night, all of a sudden,
Found all these votes.
all these votes came in. And numbers changed drastically. And then they counted for days. Remember? Counting in New Jersey went on for like a week last time.
It did. It did. God.
Jersey Dude said Harry Hurley even said Jack should win this, and almost every time he's right with his pocket Kreskin moments. Well, I hope he still is. Patrick says it's pretty nice. Good stuff. Hey, for everybody over on Rumble, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. You got to Rumble, though. I need comments. Come on, people, Rumble. Let's see. Jay Jones, the candidate for Virginia AG, is still under criminal investigation over his community service arrangement following a 2022 reckless driving conviction. That's going to disappear. That'll disappear, right? Yeah.
Well, when you're the attorney general, who controls the law enforcement, I think they'll probably make that go away.
It's ridiculous. We talked about that the last time you were on, I think. Free stuff is an easy sell. Capitalism is not. That's why the Bronx, Brooklyn, and Queens voted for Mamdani. Too many people depend and want free stuff. See, and here's what's going to happen.
Nothing's free.
Here's another prediction for you. Besides what's going to happen with the shutdown. Here's another prediction. So Mamdani wins. Yay! Everything's going to be free. Yay! So he becomes mayor. And, he's just going to surround himself with good people because he doesn't have any qualifications to run the largest city in the country at all. He doesn't have any qualifications to run a Wawa, right? Like he has zero. He's never balanced a budget. He's never met a payroll. He's never stocked a shelf. He managed nothing ever. Like he couldn't handle the schedule for Wawa over the holidays. All right. Like he hasn't done that. All right. So he's got zero. So he's going to be surrounded by people that Soros and those people put in place around him to tell him what to do and to quote unquote manage it. Right. Mm-hmm. Kind of like President Pudding Pants and Barack Obama. Right. Yep. That's what's going to happen. And what the next thing we're going to hear, all we're going to hear for the next 4 years under Mamdani is this, and probably Mikey Sherrill as well. All we're going to hear, and under Abigail Spanberger is, well, especially in New York, the legislature won't give us the money. Well, the state legislature won't give me the money. It's not my fault. I've tried to push this through. This is what we want, but they won't give it to us. They won't let us do this. So he's going to blame them. He's going to do, it's not my fault. I'm a great guy. But he can do little things like he's not going to cooperate with ICE. He wants to empty the jails. That'll be fun because that'll solve a lot of problems in New York. Get ready. Yeah. And so he's going to be able to do some things, but the stuff that everybody thinks they're going to get for free, like rent control and all that stuff, he just can't do that. No. But so he's going to blame the legislature, right? Then once that doesn't pan out, everything is going to be the Fed's fault. Everything's going to be Trump's fault. It's Trump's fault. Well, I can't do this because of Trump. He blamed Trump for the bomb scares in Jersey at the polling places. So everything's going to be Trump's fault. And his followers are so psycho that they'll be like, yeah, Trump. And then when Trump's gone, now what?
We'll find another person to blame.
But that's what they do. They make promises and then blame other people.
Yeah, they had, you think about it. He keeps making these promises. Did he say how he's going to do it? Anything. I've never heard him say one word about how he's going to actually come up with the money to do all this stuff because hate to break it all costs money. You get free groceries, you get free buses, you get rent control. How the hell are you going to do this?
The rich are going to pay for it.
Yeah. Well, when the rich all move out, then where's all their tax dollars going?
1% of the people the top 1% of taxpayers in New York pay 40% of the taxes. If 20% of them leave, they're done.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh, Fox News projects Cheryl.
Yitzhak says he was a red diaper baby. Watching Your Back says no one can afford Key West. Star Driver's with us to the end. Yitzhak says I'm sitting in shorts. The patio doors are open. Light breeze, mid-70s, humidity gone. Now the climate has shifted. Star Driver says, come on, Gelman, use Letitia James's philosophy.
That's a good idea.
Hermit Sal says, Mary, I know your story about Curtis. He can kiss a certain part of my anatomy along with Spadia, who is also, he's another one who is not kind to me at all. The two of them.
Not good.
Curtis had down ballot followers. Oh, that's fine, but still. It's like Cuomo, even with Curtis votes, cannot beat Ma'am Dammy. We all know that. Well, let's check, shall we? Hold on. Let me see. Right now, yep. Right now, it would have been 48. Right now, it's closer. But if Sliwa's voters had voted for Cuomo, he would be leading Ma'am Donnie right now. It would be very close, but he'd be leading right now.
Yeah, that's insane. Still can't believe Cheryl won by this much.
It doesn't make any sense.
The turnout,
like more than Murphy last time. I mean, she doesn't have any answers to any. I'm sorry, but my spidey senses say this is not legit. This is not kosher at all.
I got to tell you, I know. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on there. I think I can't believe it's a lot closer than what it is.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I just don't buy it.
Yeah, I will say, and people could say, well, why didn't you say this before? And I have said it to people, but I don't think the pool that we had to pick from in Jersey was the best pool, put it that way.
Well, would you want to run as a Republican in New Jersey? The RNC gives you dookie. They write off New Jersey every single time. They give you no help.
Well,
Citarelli could do it because he had his own money.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was backed by the RNC and everything. And I thought he did a really good job. I thought he did a very good campaign.
I think he did too.
I thought it was, I like that diner tour that he did. I thought it was really good. I met him a couple times, and he's a personal guy. But when you lose twice, and this is the third time, I don't know. There needs to be fresh blood. Young,
I truly believe though that most people who be really good don't want to go into it.
Yeah, it's possible. It certainly is possible. There's a lot of roadblocks.
You have to be a gazillionaire who can afford to fund their own campaign because you're not going to get help because the RNC writes off states that they don't think they can ever win. They write off New Jersey. They write off, California. They write off these states and so the Republicans in that state feel like, well, what the hell? I'm never going to, why should I stay here? And they pick up and they move, you know?
Well, the thing that is very interesting though is, Trump lost Jersey by 5 points, 6 points, something like that. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Right. So that the RNC, all these Republican organizations really thought that Jersey was in play. Really thought he was in play for this.
Yeah. Somerset County still no numbers reporting at all. I don't know what's wrong with Somerset County.
That doesn't make sense.
It's gray. No numbers for Somerset County. I don't know why. Somerset County is blue, according to NBC News, with 58% for Cheryl, 41.5% for Citarelli.
I
don't know what to say. By the way, ladies, 49% of you voted for Mikey Cheryl. Way to go. Way to go, ladies. Morons. That's why women shouldn't be allowed to vote. You know what? I've said this for a while. We need like 2 cycles of not allowing liberal women to vote in order to clear it out and get back to sanity. You know what I mean?
I love that. I love that.
74% of non-white voters voted for Mikey Cheryl.
He's from Bridgewater.
Yeah, my husband's yelling that quote that Citarelli's from Bridgewater and he lost Bridgewater because Bridgewater's been overrun by Staten, Italy. That's why. We grew up there and it was beautiful. It used to be farms and everything else. Now it is jam-packed with people who went from Brooklyn to Staten, Italy to Bridgewater, New Jersey, to Somerset County and Monmouth County. That's the migratory path of the Benny. New Jersey's beautiful. We all go there. All of our relatives. 91. She won the black vote. 91% of blacks voted for Mikey Cheryl.
College voters.
81% of Asians. 64% of Hispanics. So Chitterelli only won white males. And yeah, 71% of white votes overall went to Chitterelli. 54% of white votes went to Chitterelli, and 74% went to Cheryl.
The turnout. Turnout
Well, this
sucks.
is what happens when you don't vote. If that's what it is, this is what happens when you don't vote. I'm
Yeah.
shocked because I thought for sure. I thought he ran a really good campaign this time.
Yeah. I thought he had a shot to win. I really did. And if he didn't win, I really thought it was going to be close. Like
Right.
real close.
Yeah. Right now, Cuomo and Mondani would be tied if Sliwa had
So-
dropped out and put his votes. But the problem is I bet you a lot of his voters would not have gone over and voted for Cuomo.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
You know,
They would have just said, "The hell with it. I'm sitting out."
interesting. View all boroughs. Yeah, of course, Cuomo won Staten Island. Of course, Wandami coming in last on Staten Island. Sliwa got more votes than Mondani on Staten Island because they're on their way to Jersey. See, that's the
Yeah.
stopping point on the way out. They go
That
from
is
Brooklyn
true.
to Staten, Italy, right over to Jersey, and Monmouth County. That's where they used to go. Now they're branching out and they're going everywhere. But that's the stop. Let's see.
God, I can't.
RDOF posse. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say that mainstream media tomorrow, they're going to be like, "Oh, look, it's a blue wave now." Everybody
It is.
hates.
It is.
I mean, yeah, it is. But
You can't call it anything else. You got to call it what it is. It is. I'm shocked.
Yeah. I just don't. But look, these New Jersey does not represent Midwest, the South, or anything like that.
That's very true.
And Virginia, same thing. I know they think it's a bellwether, but I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think it bodes well for the midterms. I really don't. RDOF posse says there were like 100 insane bills that were passed by the VA assembly, but that Youngkin vetoed. When Youngkin is gone, Spanberger will sign them into law. Yep. And Virginia lurches further to the left. Ron, in my humble opinion, primary rank choice voting screwed New York City. The further south in Florida you go, the more north you get. Yitzhak, he says, my condo value, this is in Florida, dropped about $60,000, not because of insurance, but because of glut and overbuild. Squeaky says, Bon Jovi was a jerk long before the band hit. Local knowledge. I did meet him before the band got big. At the Somerville Circle, there was a club. There was a bowling alley. And what was the club right next door to the bowling alley on the Somerville Circle, Doug? Hey! He's useless. But there was like a club right next to the bowling alley. So it was nothing, right? And one of my friends, when I was home from school, I'd be home and my friend was a DJ there, and he'd go, "Oh, are you gonna come and hear the band tonight?" And I was just like, "Who's playing?" He's like, "Bon Jovi." I'm like, "Who the fuck is Bon Jovi?" Right? And Raritan Manor, it was called the Raritan Manor, and he did not help me out. I remembered it. And so I went one time. He's like, "I got it, Raritan Manor." And so I go and I see my friend who's sweetest guy, was always sick, and he died shortly thereafter, but great guy. And so he goes, "Oh," and he says, "Oh, it's Mary's job." I'm like, and this is when he had the hair like this, right? And I'm like totally prepped out. Like I'm all prepped out with like my pearls. Like I'm like so nightclub ready, right? I'm all prepped out. And I'm like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." He goes, "Hey." And that was it. That was the extent of it. Hey.
What a gentleman. What a gentleman.
Well, I wasn't expecting anything more, to be perfectly honest. I didn't even want to meet him. I had no clue who my friend was talking about, right? But
Yeah.
I did meet him again another time. He was very nice. In years ago, shopping here, there's like a strip mall area, it's very fancy and upscale. And they used to have a Bath and Body Works, one of my favorite stores. And I had to go in. I forget exactly what I was doing, but oh, it was packed. Couldn't find a place to park, but we kept passing each other in the parking thing, like and looking for spaces, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And we ended up parking in the same thing, but he was parked in this, like here's the lane. He was parked on this side. I was parked on this side, like literally. And he has little daughter with him. She was little at the time, and she got in this little coat. It was like a little fur coat, but it was like a faux fur, like a leopard type thing, you know, because it's Jersey. And she had that on. She's with Patty. She's all. And I was like, hi, you know, because we passed each other 10,000 times. Like, you know, we were battle worn together in a Jersey mall. And so we're walking around and I walk around and I bumped into him at least twice. And then Bed Bath, I wanted to go into Bath and Body Works. And it was like the third time I was going to bump into him. Like, he's going to think I'm stalking him. So I didn't go into the store because I was afraid he was going to think I was like stalking him. But
You
we just
let Bon Jovi, beat you in the Bath and Body Works. You can't do that.
I didn't want him to think I was stalking him, right? So, so I was in a store. Oh, so I went into this dress store because I had to try on dresses. We were going to some fancy New Year's thing for work or whatever, and I needed like a gown, like I needed like a good dress.
Mhm.
So I'm in and I'm trying this dress on, and I come out. I'm showing the woman who's freaking sitting on the couch. Because he's in there picking up some dress for his wife that he was surprising her with or something like that. And I come out and I'm like,
Oh,
I'm sorry. I've tried to avoid you through this whole mall. He's like, but he did say my dress looked nice and I should buy my dress. I'm like, okay,
oh,
thank
that's
you.
nice. See, there you go. There you go.
It was so mortifying because I was just like, oh my God. But at least at the last time I saw him, I was already in the store and he was the one who wound up
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
in.
yeah. You're in my zone now.
That's right. You followed me. But he was very nice. He was very kind. So I can't speak ill. And I do love the soul kitchen that he does, which is a very capitalist idea, which I think is hilarious. The
Yeah,
Bon
yeah.
Jovi Soul Kitchen it's a very conservative idea. And I love that that's what he does. So I do think that that's a good thing. Oh no, I saw him again at my friend's funeral. I sat right next to him and his wife. I sat between him and Gary U.S. Bonds at my friend's funeral.
Did he remember the dress?
I didn't bring it up. We were at a funeral.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
he
every
didn't
now and then
come
you
to
just gotta break
he
the
was
ice
not at
there.
the repast afterwards,
Oh,
so
okay.
sorry. Yeah, it's not looking good for Jack here. His numbers are not moving at all. They're all hers.
Yeah,
Somerset County is out again?
it's game over for him.
See, I gotta tell you, now I'm looking at this, and this is 270 to win, and they still show Somerset County no numbers.
I wonder what's going on
Yet
there.
NBC News is reporting Somerset County as being blue.
Unless they're going
I'm just
from previous ones.
hmm.
Oh, Mondami elected New York mayor.
This is
Fox.
ridiculous. I gotta tell you, I'm really surprised. This is why I don't like to get excited about stuff. This is why I didn't like to think that Jack Chitterelli had a chance. And everybody's texting me, I really think he could do it. I really think he could do it. I'm like, and they're tweeting me. I'm like, stop jinxing it. I'd rather think that he wasn't going to win. And then when he doesn't win, I'm like, told you. But then if I think he's going to win, and then I'm like, then he doesn't win. I'm like, why did I allow myself to get taken down that path? Because now I'm pissed off.
You know what? You're right. I got a lot of people over the last couple of weeks, even yesterday, especially, like, yeah, I think he's going to do it. I think he's going. I'm like, listen, I don't know, but just shut up.
Because you know what happens? The thing that sucks is like this could be like 4 years ago with Murphy, when Murphy was behind when I went to bed and Chitterelli was ahead. I know I ain't waking up in the morning and Chitterelli's going to automatically have won overnight. That doesn't happen. That only happens for Democrats. That ain't happening
Yeah,
with a Republican.
yeah. I don't
Only
see
the
300.
Democrats do that.
Yeah, I don't see like 300,000 votes, miraculously appearing.
No, never for Republicans, only for Democrats.
Nope, nope.
Star Driver said a couple of years ago, if you moved to California, U-Haul would almost give you the truck for free.
They
And
may do
wish
that
you well.
now. Yeah.
RD of Posse says, I was listening to a great town hall for Virginia Republicans last night, during which the president spoke glowingly about the ticket, but he never said Winsom's name. Yeah, that's because she dissed him. So, and I don't think what's really sad is she's a great candidate. Winsome Earl Sears is smart. She is a good candidate.
Mhm.
And she ticks the boxes. She's an immigrant, but she's a legal immigrant. So, she loses a couple points for having followed the law. And she's black, immigrant, she's a woman.
Woman.
Right? How many more boxes do they want? Okay, if she was queer, I mean, it's just really hands down.
Game
She just
over.
wins just on DEI, right? DEI alone. But the fact that the NCAA, it's not NCAA, the
The
and
NCAP and
see nationalism and
what the hell?
NAACP,
Yeah, Jesus.
NAACP, they endorsed the white woman, even though the Association for the Advancement of Colored People endorses the white lady.
Can't make it up. Can't make it up.
Okay. All right. Star Driver, that's the new strategy. Count ballots till the Democrats win. They've been doing that for decades. Yitzhak, the big issue is the New York City Council is more left than Mayor Jihad. Are we calling him Mayor Jihad?
That's kind of good.
Star Driver says, wait till the LGBTQ crowd finds out that Mamdani won't protect them after they voted for him. Hope they all learn to fly. Here's the thing. As funny as that is. It's funny and in a truth that may be.
Yeah.
They're not going to find out for a while. This is the frog in the pot. I got news for you people. The frog just said, I want to jump in the pot. It's going to be a while. It's a slow burn. It's not going to go fast. The Jews are first. Sorry, David.
No.
But the Jews are first.
Hey, any Jew who voted for him, you just what, you're not a Jew anymore, because I don't understand how you could possibly do that. There was that actor, I forget his name. I've seen him on a bunch of movies and TV. He was in on Twitter. He with Mamdani like last week, and he endorsed him. And like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, I know who it was, and his name was just on the tip of my tongue. And I know exactly who you're talking about.
Like beard, glasses.
Yeah, well, that's like all of them because he's a liberal. So
True. That is true.
And gray hair, like that looks like he like combed it with a balloon in the morning,
Yeah,
right? Like
exactly.
Bernie Sanders hair. It's like they all look like they gave up somewhere around 1968, right? Like they just gave up. Like they decided this looks good. And so they're still wearing the same outfit, like the same baggy clothes, like the army green jacket, right? The army green jacket, the Birkenstocks and stocks, right? Right?
Cargo
the baggy
pants.
And the hair is all over. It's just, and they just gave up. And the men have eyebrows that have like curb feelers on them.
Oh my
right?
God.
Like, right?
It boggles my mind. Boggles it.
I just want to go to them for the love of God, manscape, right? Like, could you just take a weed whacker to those things? Just like, it's so predictable. We can laugh at them, but they're winning. So, Jersey Dude said, Mom's dummy instead of Mamdani doesn't have the qualifications to run the squishy machine in the Quickie Mart in The Simpsons.
I like that.
Hermit says, Yitzhak, I wanted to listen to that fight again, but the podcast of that segment is not there along with the other podcasts. I think they censored it. Star Driver, Mamdani is a bigger snake oil salesman than Obama was. By the way, Mamdani met with the Muslim Brotherhood at Obama's house in D.C. Of course, Obama had the Muslim Brotherhood in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
The tax burden will be forced on the middle class once the rich leave New York. Yep, that's right. Yitzhak, the regulars at the GOP suck. I'm president of the Broward Jewish Republican Club, and I have to deal with all the regulars now. My red diaper chafes. It's real hard. Hermit says Mamdani will want to raise taxes, so the DSA will order Hochul to do so or face a primary from another Dem. It's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
And they'll put in another nameless, faceless, recordless, plain, no qualifications whatsoever piece of paper. Like it's like a piece of paper, and they'll put it in there and they'll tell it exactly what to do. And the cabal behind them will run the show and pull the strings with that too. Fetterman's gonna be primary. You know that.
Oh, all day long. All day long. And, I'm telling you, whatever happened to him, that stroke or whatever the hell I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad, but it really knocked some sense into him, because he does not act like the rest of them. He's a guy who, I could see him being a Republican eventually, or at least an independent.
But what's so interesting to me is I never thought that like the stroke victim would be the most sensible Democrat. What does that tell you?
Well, most of them just don't have brains then.
Just have to be dumb. Yitzhak says, Sal, wow, Katz is such a blank. Sid never trusted him. They stabbed Curtis in the neck. They didn't. They did not stab Curtis. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like Curtis, but if I take personal feelings for him out, just looking at the race and I view it from the outside, it has nothing to do with my distaste for that person as a human being. It has everything to do with what do you need to do to win? Are you truly in this for the people of New York? Because if you are, you would have gotten out of the race. You may not, I don't think Cuomo's the best. I truly don't. Curtis, you think you're better? Maybe you were a better candidate, but you weren't going to win. And you have to look at the writing on the wall. And if you truly want to do what's best for the people of New York, you would have dropped out of the race and told all your followers to vote for Cuomo. You would have campaigned with Cuomo if you had to. You guys can fundamentally disagree on everything, but at the bottom line was beating a communist. And you now have allowed a communist to be elected the mayor of New York City. And that's on you and your big freaking ego. So I don't blame Katzmatidis or anybody else at WABC. I'm sorry. I agree with them. You sometimes have to swallow your pride and do the right thing, even though you may fundamentally disagree with that person. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
You're exactly right. That was a good
Sorry.
one. That was a good one.
Sorry. It just makes me so crazy. People are just, you have to have a big ego to get into politics because you have to think you're the best person for out of the whole state to run the state, right? Like you have to think you're the best. You have to have a big ego, which is why it's mostly men, because God bless them and their egos. But it's true. It's true. God bless men's egos. They should bottle that stuff. That's why testosterone's a controlled substance. But so I get that you have to have a big ego to do it, but sometimes if you are truly, truly trying to do the right thing, maybe you got to do something. Maybe you got to team up with somebody you really don't like in order to do the right thing.
Yeah. And the New York GOP, they aren't innocent here by any means of the imagination. They're the ones who pushed them. They funded it. And they should have said, get the hell out. They should have said, money's done. Money's done.
Yep. You're done.
But they didn't do it.
RDOF posse says, I'm rage eating now. I'm so perturbed. That's what women do. I'm going to go out. I'm going to make my husband go to the store and get me like a gallon of ice cream. And I'm just going to sit in my bed upstairs and just eat it. By the way, tomorrow I'm also on WHAS out of Louisville on the Terry Miner show tomorrow afternoon to just cry. So it'll be fun. Jersey dude's he's out getting sleepy. But how about that? How the heck does Jack lose by 3% last time and getting boat race this time? I have no idea. I don't understand it. Yitzhak says, sounds like we in the free state of Florida will be serving a big plate of Schadenfreude to New York City. They're going to be moving down there. Good luck. Good luck. Yitzhak said, we thought we had New Jersey flipped. It got worse.
It did.
Gregory says, I hate that this thing isn't using my name anymore. I don't know how that happened. Good luck. Me and technology, forget it, as you know. Yitzhak, to a certain point, I understand their logic, but they were through on Curtis despite his ego. They were thorough on Curtis despite his ego. Sure, sensible. I don't remember the Raritan Manor. You never went there, Jerry? Jerry and I went to school together since like second grade, all the way through the Bridgewater public school system. Yeah, the Raritan Manor, right next to the bowling alley, the Somerville Lanes, right on the circle, right by the Burger King. By the Freeling, where the Frelinghuysen Mansion used to be. Bill Hayes says, I can't believe New Jersey voters screwed up. I'm having a hard time. You should have replied that it was next to a Howard Johnson's. The Howard Johnson's was on 22 in the Island next to the Red Bull Motor Inn. It was down at the other end from the Red Bull Motor Inn. But yes, there was the Hojo's. I don't remember the Raritan Manor. I don't believe I ever went there. Well, you missed Bon Jovi, so I'm just saying. Patrick says, this is a great poll watch. We are really enjoying this from here. Thank you. Because we're not paying any attention to the polls anymore. We're just venting.
Yeah, at this point, it doesn't matter.
Patterson, such a shame. I wonder how Anthony feels. I don't know about that. I don't know what that means. Yitzhak says Bon Jovi and Mary, there's a connection in the universe somewhere. For a long time, he was my hall pass. Yeah, he's hot. He was really hot. Now he's starting to look like an aging member of the Golden Girls,
Which
right?
one? But
B. Arthur. He'd have to be B. Arthur.
yeah,
He's got to
yeah,
bulk up, but he's
a
starting to
little bit.
look like it's really weird how that happens to some guys, like Brian Stelter from not Brian Stelter, Brian Seltzer, the guy from the Stray Cats. That guy,
Hmm?
you
I
know
know
who I'm
the guy
talking
with
about?
the blonde. He had blonde hair originally, didn't he?
Blonde hair, right? So he's like really sick and stuff. And there's a picture of him. So he's kind of gotten like soft, like we all do, you know, and he's kind of like chubby in here and his hair, and he's got earrings. And I was like, oh my God, he's morphing into a lesbian. And that's exactly what happens to a lot of these guys. Like they start to morph into butch looking women.
Mm.
Check your T, guys. I'm just saying, low T is a bitch. Yeah. It's called menopause, so don't think you don't go through it. You do. You don't get the publicity we do, though, because it's not as bad on you. You just morph into lesbians. Who's the guy that owns the Dallas Mavericks? Mark Cuban,
Oh,
right?
Mark Cuban. Yeah, he does.
Him too, right?
He looks. Yeah, he went
Did you see the
somewhere
picture
different.
of Bruce Springsteen, like last year, whatever he had the big glasses on? Did you see it? And he
Yeah,
looked
he,
like
he looked like an
Woody
old
Allen.
grandma
He looked like
almost.
Woody Allen.
Yeah, it was crazy. I love it. Love it.
Okay, Hermit says Curtis didn't want Patterson's endorsement for some reason. I think Anthony Cumia is I don't even know who half those people are. I guess they're on ABC. Waiting to hear the screams in New York City when all the liberal white women have to wear a burqa. That's not going to happen. They're going to have a problem with the crime. Wait till he empties out the prisons, and then they're going to be screaming about the crime, and they're not going to be able to walk down the street. And you can't ride the subway now anyway. Just wait. It's going to be horrible.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna cut down the police force too.
Yep. Linda Sarsour's wet dream, if that's even possible. Oh, she's definitely going to be pulling the strings with Mandami. Linda Sarsour, 100%. Comrade Haji Mondami. All right, we're wrapping up here. If Mondami got elected, then all I can think of is the end scene of Planet of the Apes, where you see the ruin of the Statue of Liberty and Charlton Heston yells, "You blew it up. Damn apes." That's how I feel.
That's a good one.
That was Sal. Yitzhak says, Gelman, correct. The Jews who voted for Mandami are capos. Carter, hey, Cart's here. Mayor Jihad, it is. Shoe fits. Hey, Carts, thank you. I appreciate that. ABC Radio just called Mamdani the winner. Mm-hmm. Says, Sal, it's time to move. What will become of New York City now? Hermit Sal wants to move in with Yitzhak in Florida. Patrick says, Jihad is actually the first name of someone I know. I know somebody with the first name of Jihad too.
Oof.
Unfortunate, right?
Yeah,
you think your parents would know better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. It's sad when Uncle Fester is the voice of reason for the Dems. Yeah.
It is true.
Patrick says, everybody loves shower singing to Bon Jovi. Probably all of us do. Yeah. And Yitzhak says, well, what if everyone from day one got behind Curtis? Yeah, he's a Republican. What if cows fly? It just wasn't going to happen. Okay, you got to take baby steps. And if baby steps was getting an actual Democrat as opposed to a crappy Democrat as opposed to a communist, I'll take the crappy Democrat.
All day long. All day long.
Yep. Let's see. Van Jones wanted a Republican rival and his kids killed. Yep. Who want to write? Has anybody checked the Virginia race 2025? Where's the
For
Virginia
Jones?
For Jones? Yeah. Have we seen
they called it
for him?
Yeah.
How can he be the head law enforcement guy when he can't be hired for a cop based on his
record?
Yeah.
Ask the people of Virginia who voted for him. I mean, it's all Northern Virginia.
Yep.
All
watching your back said we should have made a drinking game out of this night. No, I have to get up in the morning. I no. And now you tell me you're way too. Where were you in the beginning of this with that? All right.
Right.
Anthony is Curtis's son. Okay. David Patterson, ex-governor of New York, married Curtis's former wife, Mary. Anthony lives with them. It's incestuous. That's weird. Wait till the buses are rolling homeless shelters. All right. Sal's saying goodnight. We're all saying goodnight.
Yep.
Wow. Well, David, let's not do this again because I think you're bad luck. I'm going to blame you.
I am. That's fine. I take blame all day.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna have to blame you. I'm sorry. But thank you for doing it. I do appreciate it.
my pleasure, Mary. Thank you for having me.
I
This was a little
I
lot of
hope
fun, except for the results.
yeah, this sucked. No offense.
Yeah, it did. It did.
But I appreciate you so much. Follow him
Of
on
course.
X at David Gelman ESQ. As soon as I asked him, because I'm trying to think who would I know from Jersey who'd be really good at doing this, and I immediately thought of David, and I'm like, I know you were just on, and I should have thought ahead, but I didn't. And you were kind enough to say his response was, "Let's do this." So thank you so much, and
Oh,
I hope
thank
I
you.
almost got to be on Newsmax with David, but hopefully I'll get to be on with you.
I got screwed that day. Yeah, they bumped me. I think they bumped me for you. For you.
So I'm in the green room,
You got
and
more
he's
pull.
texting me. He goes, I got bumped. And I was talking to one of the bookers, and she just looked at me. I'm like, oh, David Gelman got books. And she just looked at me and go, he got bumped for me, right? Like, I'm
That's okay.
so
If I get
sorry.
bumped, I'm glad I got bumped for you.
Thank you. I'll bet you say that to all the girls.
You're
Have a
good,
wonderful
Mary.
night, my friend. All right, take care.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, everybody. Oh, look at that. Now it's see, this is now this is no good. Now we got to zoom in. See, that doesn't work. There we go. That's better. All right. Well, anyway, good enough. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Don't forget, Thursday, I will be in for Mike Slater on Breitbart News Daily on Sirius XM Patriot Channel 125 from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then on Friday, I will be on Newsmax TV with Carl Higby. I can never remember his name. I want to call him Curtis. Carl Higby. Sometime in the 6 o'clock hour, probably like around 6:30ish. I don't know because it changes all the time, but I would say like 6:30 or later in the show, Eastern time. Thank you so much for everybody for joining me. I do appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for doing this. Have a great weekend, and maybe fingers crossed it'll all be different in the morning. All right, we can give it a shot. We can all hope, right? But probably not, but you never know. All right, have a good one, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.